Nomads. We are live from beautiful
and hot
Cottonwood, Arizona. It is today was 107 degrees outside. Woo! And
that sounded like a dying printer. Woo!
I think it was. So the good news is that we survived today. The bad news is that is not even the lowest temperature that's going to be for the rest of the week. Thursday is supposed to be like 115. So if you saw the video we just posted on our swamp cooler's still doing good.
Yeah.
We have not turned on the air conditioner. 107 degrees, we did not turn on the air conditioner. So keep your fingers crossed. I don't think we're gonna make it tomorrow, but we'll definitely see. So so kind of some news that's happening right now. Hey, is that always Voyagers? Hey, good to see you guys, man. Very, very cool. Glad you guys could come and say hello. So where we are, we're kind of up on a hill, and we can see the entire Red Rock Valley and part of most of Verde Valley into Sedona. And today there's a huge wildfire, and it's probably, as the crow flies, about 10 miles away. It's not that far, if that. And so we've been watching kind of a big fire. We saw the big fire planes come in and swoop down and distribute the I guess it's the red fire retardant on it. They lit a backfire. There's been a couple buildings that have caught on fire.
Succumb to the devastation.
Yep.
And we don't know a lot because they're still actively fighting it, and so they're not releasing as much information right now. So we're kind of visually watching it and then also following the news reporting of it.
But we're close enough to see the planes right there. I mean, it's not that far away from us at all. We have like a kind of like a bird's eye view. We are watching wind direction for sure, because I don't have to hook up and hightail it. Oh, but we will if the wind changes at all. So I think it's contained, but it is a big fire. So we've got 3 fires in Arizona going on right now. God, man, we could use some water for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So this is supposedly the beginning of monsoon season.
Monsoon season.
Monsoon, I always say that wrong, but
yep.
I'm not from here, so that's my excuse. But yeah, so we have yet to see any moisture though, so let's see how it goes this year.
RV Underway!
Hi.
Hey you guys, good to see you guys. Glad you guys came in. Very, very, very cool. So yeah, you know what? We didn't really have any kind of thing prepared today. We just kind of wanted to come in and say hello and say hi and chill out and you know, answer questions or talk to you guys or say hello. Nothing really of substance to say other than just hello. What else?
Joyce Voyager said, where would you go if you leave? Well, I don't know, because we can't head north to Flagstaff because that's on fire too.
Well, Flagstaff would be okay. I think the biggest thing is that I am sure if an RV park has to evacuate, other RV parks around are gonna let people in. We're not really too worried about that. There's only 20 of them within a 10-mile radius of this place. So I'm sure we would find a place. I'm not really worried about it.
No, it looks like they're all over containing it. But,
yeah.
It's interesting too, because I believe the governor of Arizona, you know, just put together. Right now they're in the state of emergency because there are wildfires that are spreading. I mean, this is the season. We've been in a fire ban for almost 2 months now here. Yep. And I know the fire ban continues all the way, you know, up north for a while, and so slowly, you know, every you know, the entire west coast, the west side of things are going to hit a fire ban at some point, because this is that time of year when things start going crazy because it, you know, dries out so much. But
yeah.
So I came to the realization today,
Do I know
yesterday.
about this?
No.
Okay.
came to the realization that, so we are trying to route plan September through the beginning of January. And we've been talking about where we want to go and stuff like that. I came to this like complete realization out of nowhere that this is the first time in our journey, and we've been on the road for 9 months, 10 months? 10 months. This is the first time in which we have actually had this like big void chunk of time, and to try and figure out where we're gonna go and how we're gonna fill it, what we wanna see, how much we want to spend in each of these locations, and then also weather dependent, not going too far and stranding ourselves for winter. So it's been really interesting to kind of watch the process unfold over the last like 2 weeks about filling this void space. Now we figured that out when we left in August, and we figured out you know, what our first several months were going to look like. And then it was kind of open-ended, but it kind of naturally fell into place for us after those first initial months.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I would, seriously, I would go far north all the way up to the Arctic to get a relief of this heat. So
It's not that bad.
if the Arctic Circle has any RV parks, you guys are looking for camp hosts, give me a call. I'd be happy to go up there. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I know that we're gonna see what happens after Labor Day. So we're leaving here, and then we're gonna go on the road right after Labor Day to see what the crowd issue is, see if kids are going back to school, what that's gonna be like. What do you guys think? Do you think anything after Labor Day is gonna? You think that's going to open things back up more? You think there's still going to be people on the road? I'd love to hear what you guys think. I think personally there's going to be a few less people on the road, but I don't really see it. I don't know. I mean, you know, I still think it's going to be crowded. So, but we're going to try to make Glacier National Park, and then come back down to Yellowstone and Tetons. I think we're going to meet some other people in Tetons. It sounds like that's going to be the happening place in middle of September. So looking forward to that, possibly. We don't know.
Yeah. But it's been interesting to, for the first time along our journeys, really try and coordinate a big chunk of time. That's 5 months of trying to figure out, you know, where we're going to go, and kind of getting us from where we're at now to the end result in January. And so it's been overwhelming. It's been exciting. Feels like our options are endless. It's hard to narrow down, you know, where we want to go and all of that stuff. So I'm sure everybody has kind of been in that situation before. So it's been fun to plan. It's been a lot of fun.
Joyce Voyager says, Prescott is nice, higher elevation, hopefully no fires. Yeah, Prescott is beautiful. We're just up there. They do have a lot of RV parks up there. A lot more crowded. It's really building up. I just couldn't believe how much Prescott and Prescott Valley is building up there. A lot of crowds up there. So, but yeah, that is an alternative. Although Ariane's working in Sedona right now, and so we're trying to stay close. We're trying to stay close. Hopefully, you'll be able to make it to Sedona tomorrow.
We'll see. Just
drive right through the smoke. So, you know, we'll see. But right now, with the place that we're staying at is it's called Sedona View RV Resort.
Yeah.
Sedona View. What makes this kind of cool is that it's a newer park. It's not really big, and they don't really have any fluffy amenities. Like they don't have a pool, they don't have hot tubs, they don't have a clubhouse. They just really have full hookups, and it's a pretty reasonable rate if you're going to stay here for a month. But you get a breeze the whole time. So this is one of the very few RV parks in and around the Sedona area. Even if you go into Sedona, into Oak Creek Canyon, which is in the National Forest, which you can't stay longer than 14 days, you're in Oak Creek Canyon. So the nice thing about this place is that you do get views. The nights are actually really cool up here, but you get the breeze all the time because you're higher up. So
It's the only RV park that is not nestled in a valley around here. Outside of one that's further in Clarkdale, and that's on a mesa, but still nothing quite as high as this. So it has been such a blessing to have the breeze, and the best thing is it's like this RV park is a perfect blend of RV park with amenities. And just, I would just say just hookups really is all there is. There's a laundry facility, but that's it. And you are sandwiched around, you're just encompassing, like right in the center of all of this national, national forest. And it's like, you have endless trails out here to explore.
Yeah, we're really in we're in the Prescott side, in the
beautiful.
Prescott National Forest. Which is kind of like the boundary here. So, it's okay. I mean, it's quiet. You know, you don't really get to see or hear any ruckus or anybody. Again, it's like a bare bone RV park with full hookups.
And
and the sun.
And nothing but the sun. I love being around the trails because there's endless trails, but what's also really nice about it is this RV park doesn't have lighting. It has limited lighting, and so at night when the stars come out, I mean, the Milky Way is as clear as clear can be, and it's just a very humble RV park, and that's more our style, and it's been really comfortable to settle in here for a little while.
So Joyce Voyager said, we love seeing your video in Jerome with the snow. That was absolutely beautiful. RV Underway says, rustic with enough. Sounds cool. Yeah, you guys would like it up here. It's, again, it's nice and quiet. That's what we like, and the nights, you can't beat the nights up here. So anyway, for people that are just coming in, where are you guys at? Tell us where you're from, what's the temperature. Love to hear.
So we can be jealous.
Yes, we'd love to hear some lower temperature destinations. I was watching another feed earlier, and people were all over, but it seems like it's hot. It seems like it's pretty hot in the country right now. We're baking up here, man. I mean, I try to make a solar oven. I don't even think I'd have to make it. I could just throw the eggs in a frying pan and put it outside. That would be it. I think
it's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot. It's 107 degrees, and we're going to be averaging about 115 in the next several days. It doesn't feel that hot. To me, it doesn't feel that hot. It's a dry heat.
It feels hot about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You can tell it's hot.
Yeah, like 2 hours ago.
Joyce Voyager said 92 tomorrow in Georgia.
Yeah, but you've got humidity.
Yeah.
You've got humidity, which we've had a couple of friends that have been kind of out here for a long stay as well, and now they're back on the East Coast, and the way they're describing humidity to us is just, it's incredibly hilarious, because it makes you realize how you can grow accustomed to this one way of life and this one way of living, and climates have, how they can affect you, and I've loved this dry heat, but it's just been so funny listening to how they're describing humidity, because we lived in it for how long? It's gonna be hard to go back.
Yeah, it's completely different. RV Underway says it's 90 and humid in South Alabama. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
really
I'm gonna take
humid
107 with dry heat.
Yeah, it's hot, no matter where you look at it. But the thing is, and that's kind of why I was really impressed with the swamp cooler thing, because it does put out cold air. And the hotter and drier the heat is, the better that thing works. And we're in the perfect climate for it. I mean, we're in the perfect climate for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I would never be able to bring it to Georgia or Alabama. Oh, no. It throws humidity outside. I mean, it would
make it worse.
Even more humid in the Airstream. So not going to do that. So the fire is still raging. It's going on. It's right on the other side. I may show it to you guys if I have a little time. I may pick up the tripod and show you guys the wildfire. Can you read that? What does that say? I can't read it.
That thing is neat. The swamp
Yeah.
thing. The
Yeah.
swamp thing. Never heard of it before your video. That's Joy's Voyagers. Neither had I.
So the cool thing with the
Neither
swamp
had I.
cooler is that, and I didn't know this, is that out here, it's been around for a long time, and a lot of the locals know about it. But what I did not know is that it started out to be industrial, and so it started out to be like in big garages and people that worked outside, obviously in the desert. And so they would build these big massive swamp coolers. And I went into a tire place because we got some new tires on the van, and they had this gigantic, what I thought was an air conditioner in the garage. And I'm like, well, that's huge AC. And she's like, no, that actually works on water. That's a swamp cooler. And I'm like, what? And I mean, like I would hear that in Georgia or in Alabama, the swamp, right? But this is, it's a whole different gig. And so the company that was making those big, the big ones, they bought a smaller company here in Phoenix and are now manufacturing portable swamp coolers. You know, we're pretty happy with it. I mean, I don't know how well they're going to work when it's 150 degrees outside. We're going to find out.
It's 107.
It's hot at 107 degrees.
Can you tell Scott's having a hard time with this heat?
You know, I told myself when we first left to go full time, I said, no matter what, I'm never going to spend the summer in Arizona.
Guess what?
Damn it, I'm spending the summer in Arizona. So, yeah, you just never know. Never know. Life on the road is strange. It's a strange story of unintentional events.
It's a good way of putting it.
Unintentional events. But you got to be careful you don't curse yourself when you say you're not going to do something. You actually end up staying there. So it's like the time I was in Peoria, Illinois. I said I would never live in Peoria, Illinois. And 2 years later, I was living in Peoria, Illinois. So you can't say that. You curse yourself.
I don't know if you attempt to reverse that thought process, like if it reverses the whole concept of it occurring. But anyway, we have some really good feedback to give on the swamp thing. He calls it the swamp cooler, I call it the swamp thing. We haven't really settled on a finite name yet, but we have some really good feedback to give with a follow-up video. I'm really excited about doing that. After testing it in the 115 degree weather that's expected over the next several days, I think we're going to have a really good understanding of how it functions and give that advice back to everybody else. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So,
not for you Georgians, though.
Yeah, right. So we've got some kind of big things coming up. We're trying to figure out how we're going to do this. We're probably in the fall, when we come back from the Tetons, we're going to start putting together caravan trips. And it's worked out so well with our podcast that we do, Trust Zero Podcast, with our hiking and backpacking community. That has worked out so well that we'd like to try to do it with our friends in the RV community and start putting trips together. So I think we're going to get ready to possibly announce that in the next few weeks. We're still kind of talking about it back and forth and how that would work, where we would go, and how those trips would be obviously different than the other trips that we do. But you know, in 2020 and the first part of 2021, you know, we had a blast putting those trips together.
Yeah.
And it really ended up being kind of like a saving grace for us hitting the road in the middle of a pandemic. And despite all the obstacles, it ended up being a really cool thing. So we're really thinking hard, and we're trying to put that together. YouTube has made some changes finally on our channel that we're pretty happy about. So we're going to announce that in a couple weeks. and maybe do some other things on our channel that are a little bit different, that we hope we can help people at. But the caravan's a big thing. The caravan, we definitely want to do the caravans, and so we're looking at how we're going to do that. So
Yeah.
we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, so is RV Underway.
Oh, really? What'd
Yeah.
they say?
Yeah, count us in. They need
Great.
some
Oh,
adventure. So
That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll come to Alabama and not use our swamp thing.
Right, right. Right. But definitely, definitely, I think maybe in the spring and fall. We don't do a lot in the summertime because the heat. We've kind of learned that doing it with the backpacking stuff. The summer was never really a busy time for us, but usually in the winter, the spring, and the fall is when we really do a lot of stuff. So, and the weather's always worked out for us. So, we'll see what happens this summer.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
So anyway, we just wanted to come and say hi to you guys. We did not. We had a couple of shows planned. Bandwidth was a huge issue for us last night and today, and so we just kind of wanted to come to you and just make sure we didn't miss our time slot and say hello, because we really appreciate you guys sticking around and watching the content and being part of our community. So. We just wanted to come say hi.
Yeah, we I think the whole thing is just trying to, put things together and do something different. I go back and forth with making YouTube videos sometimes, sometimes I'm into it, sometimes I'm not. You just got to know that about us. I think if you watch our new intro video, our channel intro, we're like, yeah, sometimes we'll be on schedule, sometimes we won't. Because we want to do other things and try to just do other things. So we try to keep on schedule. But sometimes we just like talking and meeting you guys. That's really the best, is just saying hi to all of our friends and RV Underway, Joyous Voyages. You guys are the best, so we really appreciate that. If anybody else is in the room, say hi. We'd love to hear from you guys. And the other too, like on next week, on Sunday, because we're always gonna have a video on Sunday at 8 o'clock. But next week, I want to preference by saying I want to talk about, like, the whole landscape is I feel like it's kind of changing in the RV industry. With campgrounds, with people on the road, and how that's all kind of changing. So if you guys have any comments about that next Sunday, I'd really love to hear. You can post those comments on here, and I'll bring them up on our podcast show next Sunday. Because I've been reading all kinds of reports on the RV industry and how it's changing and blah 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 blah. Friends of ours. They just bought a campground. The RVers just bought a campground, or they're trying to buy a campground, and so that seems to be maybe that's the next trend. I don't know. I don't know. But we're going to talk about it next Sunday for sure. So
sounds good.
What's everyone saying?
They are saying, yep, love-hate relationship with Facebook. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, and YouTube and all the other social media.
Or not Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah. Sometimes, it's like you gotta, you watch it with a grain of salt, man. I mean, it's like for us, it's like, you kind of go with the whole saying, believe, half of what you see and nothing that you hear, or something like that.
Oh, is that it? Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
but
I can see that.
So what I'm gonna do, you guys, I'm gonna pick this camera up, and I'm gonna walk. Who's that?
Truly blessed.
Hey, truly blessed.
Hi.
Good to see you guys. I'm gonna walk over there, and I'm gonna show you the fire. This is a very regular occurrence in Arizona, especially this time of year with the wildfires. This particular wildfire I'm about to show you is in a town. It's not in a desolate national forest. It's actually very close to Sedona, but in a town called Cornville. If you look up Cornville, if you Google that, and then Google Cottonwood, you can see how close we are to that. So I'm gonna walk around and show that to you guys. You want to come with me?
Sure.
Okay. So we're gonna pick this up, and hopefully hopefully, oh, there's a helicopter. No, so the helicopter is right. So I'm going to show this to show you guys. The helicopter is right up here. So I'm going to let you kind of take a look at this. We guys able to see that? I hope so. That is the wildfire that is burning probably about maybe 5 miles from us, and that's actually in a town. We don't know what sparked it or what's caused it yet, but the conditions out here are just so, you know, so dry. So yeah, so it's crazy out here. So we're gonna come back here then say goodbye. I wanted to show that to you guys because I think that's really, you know, there we go. All right, very cool.
Truly best.
You don't get that on normal YouTube channels. So
Truly best goes. What is there to burn in the desert? Well,
you know what?
Brush.
It's brush. This brush out here goes up like matchbooks, man. I mean, it goes by really super fast. So you gotta be really careful. There are signs all over this area, like the yellow kiosk signs, the caution LED lights that says no campfires and no campfires. Don't even look at fire.
Even think about
don't even
fire.
think about fire.
Just don't even think hot.
Right.
Or red or orange.
Right. Right.
Just don't think about it.
Can't even talk about it. Government will come in and arrest you right there. That'll be it. Can't talk about campfires in Arizona. I think Arizona's safe. I think you could talk about stuff in Arizona. Might be different in California, but so far in Arizona, you can still talk about stuff. So, what did she say?
Take care of yourself.
Oh yeah. Well, you guys. Anyway, we're really glad to come in and talk to you guys. Keep our Sunday night schedule, and just say hi to everybody. And please stay safe out there. Have safe travels.
Stay as cool as you can.
Stay cool. Stay safe. And let us know. Drop us a line in comments below about next week's show when we talk about, is the RV industry changing, and you know, what are we seeing on the road? Is it too many campgrounds full? We hear a lot about that stuff. I'd love to get your feedback so I can put that on part of our show. And I will see you. We will both see you next Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We are always there. All right, you guys. I'm gonna go soak in ice tub, and we will see you guys later.
Bye.
Peace. Don't know how to turn this off.
Technical difficulties.
I know. What's up?
I just bye again. These are the outtakes. You're still on. Outtakes.
Oh, there it is. It's the X. Bye.